slave in a kitchen apron, who showed us to a reception room, then went back to his stockpot. Despite my fears of rebuff, Guise saw us at once. He was tall and must have once been quite heavily built. Now his white tunic hung slackly from a stringy neck and bony shoulders. The man had lost weight without yet noticing that he needed new outfits. Time had frozen for him, the day he'd heard his daughter had disappeared. Perhaps now he was back in Rome, in his own household, he would be reminded of mealtimes and other normal routines. More likely, he would resist being cared for. "I know why you have come." He was direct, rushing into the business too fast, despite his worn look. "I am Didius Falco. Let me introduce my wife, Helena Justina." Stately and pleasant, she lent us respectability. With the fine carriage and elegant robes of a well-bred matron, Helena always distracted attention from my rough manners. I managed to conceal the fact that her presence physically distracted me. "You want to talk about my daughter? Let me first show her to you." We were astonished, but Guise merely led us to a cool internal colonnade beside a small courtyard. On a Corinthian pedestal stood a half-statue of a young woman. White marble, good quality, a portrait bust with the subject slightly turned to one side, gazing downwards, demurely. Her face had been given just enough character to seem taken from life, though the newness of the work suggested the commission was post-mortem. "This is all I have now." "Her name was Marcella Caesar?" Helena asked, studying the statue thoughtfully. "Yes. She would have been 21. The father stared at the bust, just a little too long. A chair stood close by. He probably brooded here for long hours. For the rest of his life, time would be measured by how old his lost child should have been had she lived. He led us back to the original sparsely furnished room. Guise insisted that Helena took a comfortable basket chair with its own footstool, perhaps once his wife's. Arranging her skirts, she glanced at me. I took out a note tablet and prepared to lead the questioning, though Helena and I would share it. One of us would talk while the other observed. "I warn you now," Guise blurted out. "I have been targeted by many frauds who made me great promises and did nothing." I said quietly, "Guise, here's the deal. I'm an informer, mainly in Rome. I've taken assignments overseas, but only for the emperor. Mentioning Vespasian might impress him, unless he had supported Vespasian's opponents in the imperial contest, or if he was a strong Republican. He had no time for politics." "I can't pay you, Falco." "I've not asked for money. Well, not yet. I know you have an intriguing story." "How does my story profit you? Do you have a commission?" This was hard work. If there was trouble in a foreign province, Vespasian might agree to send me, though he would not welcome the expense. This girl's death was a private matter, unless Guise was some old crony of the emperor's who could call in favours. He would have done it by now if he could, and not exhausted himself for 3 fruitless years on a solo effort. "I offer nothing. I promise nothing. Guise, a colleague asked me to check facts. Your story may help other people." Guise stared at me. "So, if you want to tell me what happened to your daughter, on that basis, then please do." He made a slight hand gesture. Appeasement. "I've been hounded by monsters making false offers of help. Now I trust no one. You have to decide if I'm different, and no doubt the confidence tricksters said that too. Thank you for your honesty." Despite his claim to trust no one, Guise was still open to hope. With a wrench, he let us win him round. He took a breath. Clearly, he had told the story many times before. "My poor wife died 20 years ago. My daughter Caesar was the only one of our children to survive infancy. My background is in textile importation. We lived comfortably. Caesar was educated, and in my opinion, which of course is biased, she grew up sweet, talented, and worthy. She looks it in her portrait.